We all know about the unreleased rocket-firing Boba Fett, but do you know about the unreleased rocket-firing Boba Fett large-size action figure? Well, I'll tell you all about it. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman. I'm coming back at you with a whole new video. What are we going to talk about today? This guy right here. Look at this. The 12-inch Boba Fett. Let me take him out of my mug. A mug that you can get at Junkman.com and support the channel, Star World. Remember that? You can get this on a mug and many other things on a mug, or t-shirt, or buttons, or magnets, or whatever you want at thatjunkman.com. And don't forget, you can support the channel at patreon.com. Become a Patreon supporter, but you're not here to hear about that. You're here to hear about Boba Fett. I think I said the word here a lot. This is Boba Fett. Large size. A lot of people call it 12-inch, although I think it's actually a 13-inch figure. But we all know Boba Fett. The best of the line. Now, Kenner did a whole line of 12-inch figure, large size action figures. I did a whole video on the unreleased ones, and I talked about Boba Fett there also. But I wanted to do a more detailed one looking at Boba Fett. Because I know there's so many Boba fans out there, and with the Mandalorian coming up, just Boba Fett's been on everybody's mind. So, why not do it? As you can see here, he comes with Wookiee scalps, or Wookiee braids. Remember, I guess he killed some Wookiees and made it into braids. I always liked that, you know. I remember back in the 90s, I heard they was going to retcon that and make these braids into Jedi braids, where for every time he killed a Jedi, he would hang them on. And I thought that was pretty cool also, but apparently they didn't go with that. But again, this is the best looking large size action figure in the line. Even when Hasbro redid the large size line, the 12-inch line in the 90s, they didn't even get Boba Fett as good as they got this one here. It's very good. I'll put it up here. Maybe you can see it a little better. I'm not sure. But we're not going to talk about this guy. We're going to talk about what this guy almost looked like. It was a lot better than this. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Junkman, how can he get better than this? This is awesome. Well, it almost got even better. But I'll let you see the back of it real quick. And like I said, it's the best figure of the large size line. The Stormtrooper was all one mold. Head didn't turn and didn't have the features and everything. This is pretty awesome. So let's put him back in his jar right here, because he does stand up on his own very well, but with me shaking and moving around, talking with my hands and everything, I don't want to mess him up and knock him over. So we'll squeeze his feet together, put him back right there, and he'll turn your head right here. Watch it. He's no good to me, Dad. Listen. I love this figure. If you ever get a chance to buy one, get one of these guys right here. Now, let's look at what almost happened. How can you make this cool, large-size action figure even better? Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, we've all heard about the rocket-firing Boba Fett, the little small action figure, the 3/4 figure. I mean, it's legendary. Even people that don't even collect Star Wars knows about the planned rocket-firing Boba Fett. But many don't know that this guy was going to have not just one rocket shooting off, but 3. That's right. So let's take a closer look at Boba Fett we almost got. Now, before we look at the early prototype large-size Boba Fett, let's look at the prototype box that he was going to come in. The early box wasn't that much different from the box that was released. The front of the box looks basically the same. The only real difference here is the text on the released box inside the fireball. It's not on the early design of the box. The major difference on the box is on the back. On the flap, we get to see the backside of Boba Fett with his jetpack in action, something we didn't even get to see on film until Return of the Jedi. Also, on the back of the box, we got more photos of fingers, playing with the Boba Fett, showing the features, while the release box showed us kids playing with Boba Fett. Speaking of the large-size action figure box, did you know Boba Fett was the only large-size action figure released in France? That's right, they didn't get Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, or any of the others. They just got Boba Fett. And the box looks a little different here, at least for the Empire Strikes Back logo. Take a look. Now let's talk about the Boba Fett that we almost got. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, we all know about the small 3 3/4 action figure that was going to shoot a rocket. But this one here, the original design, shot 3. Yes, 3 spring-firing rockets. That was 3 chances to shoot out your brother's eye. Good times, good times. Not only did the large missile shoot out of the back, but you also had hand darts that would shoot out of his hand. The figure, here it has a sticker, was going to be LED lights. And you push the center button to light up the lights, and the figure would make sound. Now, I don't think it was going to make quotes from the film or anything. Probably sounds of the jetpack or maybe a laser sound. We don't really know for sure what the sound would have been, but that's my guess. As you can see from these photos, the LED light on the chest plate, and here's the button for the LED light. Here's a closer look at the removable Arm Flamethrower. Here you can fire the dart weapons from his arm. As you can see from this photo, the original release Boba Fett wouldn't have a grappling hook. You can see here the firing missile along with an extra one on its side. So what gives? Why did Kenner cheat us out of this even cooler, large-sized Boba Fett? Well, we really don't know why, but I think we can pretty much guess why. Money. The large-sized action figure line was having a hard time as it was selling at stores. Kids were mostly into the small figures, and the large-sized action figures really didn't sell well. So when it came to making Boba Fett, adding all those missiles that shot off, the LED lights, the sound effects, that would have made it more costly to produce and cost more at the store. And Kenner was already having a hard time selling the figures that were released. So to release a figure in the line that cost more than the ones they couldn't sell wouldn't have been a very good business decision. How far did that Boba Fett get into production? Well, one did get photographed in a sample box. And here it is, in box, the large-sized rocket-firing Boba Fett. That's a thing of beauty, isn't it? As you can see from this photo here, the color is a lot more brighter. Now, some of you might be saying, I remember seeing this Boba Fett, at least in catalogs or at stores or somewhere. It looks familiar. Well, you may have seen it on a Star Wars bell hanger display. What's a bell hanger? Well, it's just a cardboard promotion that showed action figures coming out. And you know what Kenner did? They took the prototype talking large-sized Boba Fett and airbrushed it into a kid's hand. That's right, it's an advertisement for the 3 3/4 inch figure, but the photo they used for the small action figure was really the 13-inch Boba Fett. Kenner designer Tom Troy painted the standard Boba Fett large-size action figure to show Kenner's management team how much better it would look, but Kenner seemed to like the less detailed figure better. Now here's a photo of an early prototype of the Boba Fett that looks like the one released, although you'll notice something very different on the back of the figure. As you can see in this photo where the battery cover would have been placed. But Kenner scaled down the figure to what we know today. And they actually made a box for it and did what they call a first shot. This was a sample for Kenner to see how the figure would look in box. The very first large-sized Boba Fett figure, can you believe it? It turned up in an ad in 1996 in Toy Shop magazine. And here it is for sale. The sample Boba Fett in the box. The figure looks almost the same, except there's no copyright information on the back of his leg. And how much were they asking for this rare Boba Fett? $700. $700 for the original first shot large-size Boba Fett action figure. Can you believe that? I mean, you're going to pay more than that just for the normal figure in the box nowadays. And I was collecting Star Wars stuff back in 1996. Thing is, I probably would have saw this ad and was like, I'm not paying $700 for a Star Wars toy. There was a lot of good stuff to find in the 90s, but a lot of us didn't know enough to take advantage of it. I remember seeing carded action figures for $30 to $40, thinking that was way overpriced. Well, that's it. That's a look at the almost released rocket-firing, large-size Boba Fett action figure. Now you know the rest of the story. Well, if you like my video, please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up so I know you like my content, so I know what kind of videos to make for you. Or even if you don't like this video, thumbs it up. It won't hurt. It kind of tickles. And until the next video, Fred, take us out of here.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.